Hey guys, what's up? My name is Zach. I work for Sydenstricker, Nobbe, John Deere. I'm here today to talk about our 1025R subcompact utility tractor, and this is our all-American package. Guys, this is one of the hottest tractors that we have, that we sell, at least on our market. Perfect for a small property owner, mid-size, and guys, just perfect for as far as just versatility, and very simple to maintain, very simple to drive, and very easy to just use in general. I want to go over this entire tractor today. Some of the, obviously point out some main things that you might have questions on before we're actually buying this tractor. One of the biggest things that I want to point out first is the horsepower. This is a 25 horse, 3-cylinder Yanmar diesel, okay? So when it comes down to diesels too, obviously our maintenance and everything is pretty minimal on those, and they last a really long time. First things first is this is a 1025R. So when you read our model numbers, it says 1025. So the 1 stands for 1 series tractor. Okay, it's our first subcompact utility tractor that we make. The 25 stands for the 25 horse. Okay, and then the R stands for our package, which R is kind of a premium model whenever it comes to John Deere. This is a different tractor than our E-Series tractor. Some of the specs that the R has versus the E model, which is the same tractor in this particular family, but it's just a different trim level, is going to be overall in the operation station. 1025R is always going to have the nice plush seat. It's got armrest. It has tilt steering, which makes it very versatile to you, obviously, for ride control and just overall comfortability in the cab area. You have extra lights, has a padded footrest. And guys, the best thing that I love to point out on this tractor right off the bat is the twin pedal touch system that we have versus any other brand. Very simple and easy to maintain, very simple and easy to use. There's just a forward pedal and a reverse pedal. That simple, easy to use. You can't get them crisscrossed, okay? And it's just so simple. You don't have to worry about, getting your feet mixed up or anything like that. Just very simple to use. This tractor is a hydrostat tractor as well. It's got an A and B range. That's 2 ranges. A for being the lower gear, B for being the high gear. This little lever right here actually controls not just the 3-point lift, but your mid-mount lift as well. One thing that's a little bit different, you can actually set this particular valve when we call it a set control. You can set this to a particular level that you want. So when it comes down to a tiller, down to a box blade, a cutter, you actually can set a preset depth wherever you want it to be, and you can set it there and always keep it there. With the E model, you don't have that. It's just a one-way valve that goes back and forth. You can set it, but you have to find it. Those are kind of the features that I always love to kind of point out on the tractor that makes it the R series. Obviously, we can get the 120R quick disconnect loader on either the 1025 or the 1023. Our bucket and loader, they've got roughly right around about a 600-pound lift capacity. So that's a full load of either gravel, mulch, sand, anything that you want to move around your property. This particular tractor has a quick disconnect loader, okay? One of the fastest loaders as far as taking on and off on the market today. Can be, after you get the trick of it, you can have it on and off in 30 to 45 seconds. It works that simple. It also has a quick disconnect bucket too. There's 2 pins here. You pull those pins and you take that bucket off. We have a lot of customers that will go with a grapple. So maybe you have some brush on your property too that you want to clean up. This is a great little tractor for that. So you can take that bucket off, put your grapple on. I get a lot of questions. Well, Zach, I got a really long driveway. Do you guys make a blade of some sort that you guys can, put on the front of that? Yes, we do. You can take this bucket off as well, put your snow blade on it. You can get an extra hydraulic valve that goes with that. You can make that obviously of an angled snow blade too, which is just so versatile, so great for your property and the things that you need. I get a lot of questions, well, Zach, why would I even want to take the loader off? Well, you've got mid-mount PTO system to be able to run a mower deck as well. You can do a 54 or 60-inch deck. This is a drive-over deck, okay? It's made out of 7-gauge steel, which is the thickest and heaviest deck that we make, which is very similar to our commercial mowers, okay? This has got an auto connect PTO system, okay? So literally all it takes is a couple pins that you have to flip underneath here. Real simple. There's 2 pins that you have to basically flip, and then it's ready to come off, guys. It's that simple. It's on and off, the fastest on the market today as well. You might not want your loader on when you're mowing. Believe it or not, I've had a lot of customers in the past that's forgot the loader or the bucket's there. They run into a tree. God forbid they run into the side of the house. Those things do happen. So obviously that's the great thing about it, being able to take the loader on and off And when I say it's a quick disconnect, there's 2 tabs that you lift. If those come up, you got 4 quick disconnect hoses that you can undo. Very simple and easy to take off, okay? If you take the bucket off, obviously we have a lot of questions. Well, Zach, if I take the bucket off, what else can I put on the front? Maybe you have a pallet, a pallet of salt or a pallet of fertilizer, mulch that you might have got in from a landscape company and you need to move it. That's what this is for. You can put a set of pallet forks on. Well, then I get a lot of questions. Well, Zach, I got a lot of brush to remove around my homestead and this and that. Can this tractor pick up brush? Believe it or not, we do make actually a hydraulic grapple for these, which works tremendously well, and I sell quite a bit. And then lastly, we get a lot of questions. Well, Zach, I have a really long driveway. If we get a large snow, what happens if I can, do you make a snow blade that I can angle and this and that? We actually do. So once again, this tractor is so versatile. At the end of the day, it's mind-blowing on the little things that you can do with this. When it comes down to mowing, this has got one of the best turn radiuses as well on the market. This tractor turns on a dime. So when you're needing to get around tight spots, tight areas, this thing is just, it's so great. And that's one of the biggest things that I try to point out to a customer, is that, once again, not is that it's just easy to drive, but it's so easy to control, and it's so easy to just maintain whenever, because that's the biggest thing. Guys, when you come in to buy a tractor, they can be a little bit intimidating sometimes. So this is something that can easily be driven, it can easily be maintained, and then obviously it's fun to drive at the end of the day too. Lastly though, that I want to point out is that this has a 540 PTO. So majority of the implements in this particular model and in this particular range is going to be 540 PTO. This tractor is roughly about 48 inches wide, so that's 4 foot wide, roughly about 12 foot long, okay, and weighs roughly right around 1,500 pounds. So we'll easily be able to run 4 foot implements that are PTO driven all day long, whether it be a cutter, a tiller, maybe a finish mower. Now, if you're wanting to do something as far as maybe like a box blade or a rear blade, something like that, you can go just a tad outside the track width. You don't want to go too much just because you want something that's going to be compatible to the tractor. This tractor does have select 4-wheel drive. So when we talk about versatility out on the property, this and that, whether you're mowing, you're using your loader, you're obviously, using your tiller for a food plot or a garden, you do have select 4-wheel drive. So you can either be in 2, say when you're mowing, or when you go to till, and maybe it's a little bit muddy, maybe it's a little bit, you're going to have to use it. Obviously, there's a control valve that you can actually, and a lever that you can push forward, that you can lock in that 4-wheel drive with differential lock, which locks in all 4 tires. I think the biggest thing that I want to point out on this tractor is just the maintenance. Guys, this tractor is so easy to maintain. Once again, one of our most popular tractors that we have when it comes down to a small property owner. These are, whenever I have a customer that comes in and says, Zach, I've got anywhere from an acre to 10 acres. I don't want something that's going to be too big and too overwhelming. I want something I can be comfortable with. And 9 times out of 10, they always say, I need something that my wife can drive. That's literally what this is. This is more or less, this is a glorified lawnmower when it comes down to it. They're very versatile, once again, just for overall small property. That's what these little tractors are for. We got the 10-year warranty, so that's a 2-year bumper-to-bumper warranty, 10-year warranty on powertrain hydraulics. Come in and test drive one. This is what we have them for right now. We always have 0% financing on these tractors. And once again, come by and take a test drive and see what you think.